Hello everyone, I'm Teacher Al. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going Distance Problems Part 3, Grade 7, Number 5 problem. At 7:30 a.m., first airplane leaves Manila for Cebu, a distance of 400 miles. The first plane flies at 200 miles per hour. A second airplane leaves Manila at 7:45 a.m. and is scheduled to land in Cebu 15 minutes before the first airplane. At what rate must the second airplane travel to arrive on the schedule? So the problem I'm asking for the rate of the second airplane. So our solution, first airplane, we have to get the time travel. So we will use the formula T equals D over R, and the distance covered of the first airplane is 400, and miles per hour, or the rate, is 200. Then we're going to divide it, 400 divided by 200, 2 hours. Okay, 2 hours the time travel of the first airplane. Then we have to compute the arrival in Cebu. At 7:30 a.m., then plus 2 hours, so we have 9:30 a.m. the time of arrival in Cebu of the first airplane. Then the second airplane we're going to compute again. The first airplane arrival in Cebu 9:30. Then we have to minus the 15 minutes ahead of time of the second airplane. Then the time of arrival in Cebu of the second airplane must be 9 hours and 15 minutes in the morning. So the time travel of 9:15, we're going to subtract. It becomes now 9:15 becomes 8 and 75. Then we are going to minus the 8 hours and 45 minutes. So 8 and 75 minus 8 and 45, so we have 30 minutes the time of travel of the second airplane. Our next step is to find the rate of the second airplane, which is required in the given problem. So the rate is equals to D over T, that's our formula. So the distance covered is 400 over 30 over 60. Why 30 over 60? Because time covered is 30 minutes. We have to divide this by 60 minutes because our rate is expressed in R. That's why we're going to divide the 30 minutes into 60 minutes. So 400 over 1 times 60 over 30. Then by cancellation method, we have 60 divided by 2 equals 2, 30 divided by 1 equals 30 divided by 30 equals 1. Then horizontal multiplication, 400 times 2 equals 800 miles per hour. Our complete answer, 800 miles per hour, the rate of second airplane just to arrive on schedule. Okay, next problem, number 6. An express train traveled 60 kilometers per hour from Pasay to Monumento. A local train traveling at 40 kilometers per hour takes 2 hours longer for the same trip. How far apart are Pasay and Monumento? So asking for the distance. So our solution, express train, we will use the distance equals RT formula. Then the local train, also distance equals RT. Then the rate of express train is 60, and the time covered is 2 hours. So it becomes distance of the express train is 120 kilometers. The local train, we have the rate is 40 times 2, we have the distance covered is 80 kilometers. So our equation is distance equals the express train plus the local train. Distance equals distance of the express train first, and the second distance is the local train. So the distance covered by the express train is 120 kilometers, and for the local train is 80 kilometers. We have to do is to add. So the distance covered from Pasay to Monumento is 200 kilometers. So therefore our complete answer is 200 kilometers is the distance from Pasay to Monumento. Start again, how to solve distance problem, grade 7. Okay, the first problem, Lorna and Peter are 16 kilometers apart and are walking towards each other. If Lorna is walking at a rate of 3 kilometers per hour and Peter at 5 kilometers per hour, and how many hours will they meet? Okay, our solution, we have to pick up first the given. The distance is 16 kilometers. For Lorna, we have 3 kilometers per hour the rate, and for Peter is 5 kilometers per hour. And we have to use the formula D equals rate times time. This is the constant formula, the uniform formula. When we say uniform formula, uniform motion, meaning to say this speed is constant. Okay, equation 1, D equals the distance travel of Lorna, and D2 is the distance travel of Peter. So we have to solve the equation. D equals D of Lorna distance plus the distance of Peter. And the given distance is 16 kilometers. You have to copy that. Then substitute to D, and equals to, for distance of Lorna, remember we have D equals RT. So the rate of Lorna is 3 kilometers per hour times T. So that's why it becomes 3T. Plus the rate of Peter, we have 5 kilometers per hour times T. So that's why it becomes 5T. Then we have to simplify. We're going to add or combine like terms. 3T plus 5T equals 8T. And just copy only the 16. And now we're going to divide both sides by 8. So it becomes now 16 divided by 8 equals 2. And 8 divided by 8 equals T. So our time equals to 2 hours. So we are going to check D equals D sub 1 plus D sub 2. D 16 equals 3 times 2 plus 5 times 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. 5 times 2 is 10. So 16 equals 6, and so it becomes 3 equation now. So therefore our answer is correct. Our complete answer, Lorna and Peter, they meet in 2 hours. Okay, the second problem, bus number 1 and bus number 2 will leave from the respective station at 8 a.m. Bus number 1 will head north at a rate of 50 kilometers per hour, and bus number 2 south at 80 kilometers per hour. At what time will the two buses be 390 kilometers apart? Our solution given, bus number 1, 50 kilometers per hour the rate. Bus number 2, the rate is 60 kilometers per hour. And the distance covered is 390 kilometers. Our formula, D equals RT. Equation, we have D equals D for bus 1, the distance, and plus the distance of bus 2. And solve the equation. We have to d equals d, the first bus distance, and the second bus distance. Okay, the distance covered is 390 equals to the distance of bus. We have RT, so the rate of the first bus is 50 times t, plus the rate of the second bus is 80 times t. Then our next step is to combine like terms. 50t plus 80t equals 130t, and 390 just only copy, and we have to divide it both sides by 130. So 390 divided by 130 equals 3, and 130t divided by 130 equals t. So therefore the time is equals to 3 hours. We have to check. Distance is 390. Distance of the first bus 550 times 3, plus the distance of the second bus is 80 times 3. So 50 times 3 equals 150, and 80 times 3 equals 280. So 390 equals 390. So therefore the equation is balanced. We can say that our answer is correct.